Well, infidelity is amongst the top 3 problems that were revealed that people have in their relationships. So 37% of people said infidelity was a problem in their relationship, 36% said money, and 6% said sex. And I thought sex was quite low, which is a good thing, I guess.
Right.
What's your advice when it comes to these big 3? I know we just spoke about infidelity, so let's just move into money and sex.
Well, the thing is with, infidelity and sex kind of go hand in hand, because I think both of them would be premised on where your relationship is, on rocky patches in your relationship. And 2 of the things that we don't want to talk about because they make us feel uncomfortable and because we feel insecure and vulnerable about it, money and sex. And so we go into relationships and very few people actually talk about where they are financially, how they manage debts, how they manage spending. In the same way, we don't want to talk about like, well, what is cheating? You know, is it flirting online? Is it kissing? Is it, we don't want to have those conversations in the beginning. So then we find ourselves 5 years down the line having these like enormous problems around money and sex, 2 conversations that we feel very uncomfortable with. And so the advice would be the same for either, is that from the word go, you have got to have that discussion. And it has to include all the nitty-gritties. And if you can't have that discussion, why can't you have that discussion? Do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of women are thinking that they can't have it, but not thinking about the why.
Right.
So
I think we like to, we really like to focus on the symptoms of a problem. We like to say, infidelity means that he is a bad guy and that you're being stupid and blind to something. We like to think of money issues as being, just the way things are, and it's really somebody else's business. But if you're going to engage in a long-term committed relationship with someone, you need to go back to the source of the problem. And you could have problems with money, you could have problems with sex, and if you want to have a relationship that's going to include all those aspects, you're going to have to like brave up and step up and actually ask the questions.
And be honest.
And be honest. People are so afraid of honesty. And again, it's not about the symptoms of like what happens, it's like the cause. If you can't be honest, if you're scared, if you're in denial about something, that is the problem, not the suspicion about the infidelity, not issues about paying bills. Why can't you have those problems? Why aren't you paying the bills? What are those suspicions about? Right back to the root cause.
Should you bring in a third party if you really can't start the conversation?
Yeah. I think we're so quick to go to a mechanic if our car breaks down. If we're sick, we go to a doctor and we get some antibiotics. If we need our hair done, we go to a hairdresser. But for some reason, when it comes to emotions or brain or marriage, we're very hesitant to bring in a counselor, a trained professional who can help negotiate these conversations. That's what they're there for. Use them.
I've never thought of it that way.
Yeah,
it makes so much sense.
Yeah, of course.